What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Vault. It's your boy Smalls. Back with thoughts from the bench. The Vault is the weekly show where we take a look back at some of the best and worst sports jerseys of all time. Joined with me, as always, is the best co-host and funniest co-host on the internet, Mr. Benny Buckets. How's it shaking?
Oh, shaken, not stirred, brother. How are you doing?
Uh, hey, I woke up today, so it's a good day, right?
Damn right.
Hell yeah.
Damn right.
Hell yeah.
And I don't know about your area, but the weather's getting nicer out, and
Mm-hmm.
things are shaping up to be hopefully a little bit better coming here soon. And I'm stoked, man. I'm a very weather dependent
Mm-hmm.
attitude person. I think like the whole
Yeah.
seasonal depression thing is
It's a
very
real
real.
thing.
The fact that it's getting a lot nicer out makes me so much happier.
Yeah, no, it's I did just get back from Colorado, which you and I have talked before.
Oh, dude,
Was
how was it? I mean, well, I know how it was, but please tell me.
I mean, dude, I never get sick of it. Like I go out there, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. The only other place that's been better, I think, is the Grand Tetons in Wyoming. That's just a personal thing. But
Mhm.
regardless, hey man, anytime you show me the Rockies, I'm in. Like, dude, the
It's
Rockies are
just
just
it's a
awesome.
dream out there,
Yeah,
man. And I'm stoked that you were able to go, especially with times being the way that they are right now.
yeah,
But your pictures looked amazing,
yeah.
so I was very very jealous.
Yeah, no, I did some fly fishing out there. Your boy Smalls is kind of an outdoorsman when he's not doing he's not bowling on the
Uh-huh.
internet. Yeah. But yeah, no, I was doing some fly fishing, some hiking. Me and the lady went out to Rocky Mountain National Park. Again, it never ceases to amaze me every time I'm out there. I'm like, this is incredible. So, I am refreshed. I'm ready to go. Um,
You look good. You look rejuvenated.
Hey, all I needed was a few days in the mountains, and I'm back, baby. I'm back. So Benny, before we get started, what are you drinking tonight?
So, baseball season's coming up here, and I wanted to really hone in the nostalgia and crack a good old fashioned Bush Light. And I'm gonna crack that one open for us. And I just got some beer on my screen, and I'm gonna try and fashion this in my nice little Pittsburgh Pirates koozie here with a nice view of the most beautiful ballpark in America, PNC, right here for your viewing pleasure.
I wish I was drinking a more baseball beer. I am not, but I almost. Hey man, if they sold Icy Light down in Virginia, I'd snap that up. Oh, where'd you go? Oh, there. Oh, he's
What?
back.
Okay.
He's back.
It was a beer. My phone took a sip of beer.
No, yeah, I would have gotten Icy Light, but I live in DC. They don't take too kindly to the scum of Icy Light, but I am drinking Rogue IPA, Colossal Claude. I don't know, has got
Colossal Claude. That
kind
sounds
of
tough as hell.
yeah, dude. It's got a nice little dragon on there. If you can see that,
Ooh.
yeah, dude. Dedicated to fishing stories is the note on here. I don't know what the fuck that means, but like it's
Hey,
whatever.
you know what? To fishing stories. Cheers, pal.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. All right, Smalls. Let's get into it. What do you got for me today?
So, our topic today is brought to you by Marshall Fitness.
Whoop,
Um,
whoop.
Marshall Fitness is your online personal training resource that offers personalized workouts based on your specific equipment, access goals, your personal preferences, personalized nutritional goals using the My Fitness Pal app, and weekly support on any questions you might have. Marshall Fitness is run by Will Marshall, very good friend of the show. He'll work with you on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. I'm sure if you reach out to him more than once a day, he's always willing to pick up the phone. Very dedicated, and he's gonna make sure that you can achieve your fitness goals while also fitting it into your everyday schedule. Like I said, I've known Will for a long time. Really can't go wrong with him. And he makes everything super easy and simple to understand. So please go support Marshall Fitness and the show by visiting their page on Facebook. The best time to start is now. I also want to throw in that he is having an April running challenge. There's more on that coming. Once I get a few more details, I think me and Benny can definitely at least I'll make some good content out of it because I'm in terrible shape.
I'll get my fat ass on camera. Don't worry.
All right.
I'll make sure it happens.
All right. No, we'll make some content out of it and make sure that we'll get some looks and get some support because we love him. He's definitely a good friend of the show. So go support Marshall Fitness. This week's topic is brought to you by Marshall Fitness, and we are doing the best MLB logos. Logos, not jerseys. I get it. It's a little different on the same trail as mascots.
We gotta mix it up every once in a while, though.
Yeah,
we can't let you think that we're one dimensional over here.
Yeah,
we're very broad. A broad spectrum of sports style that we like to cover.
Yeah, and we got some guests that are coming up soon too. That it is baseball season coming up, but we have some guests that I think we have in mind that would be better suited to take on, best MLB jerseys, whatever the case may be. So we decided.
And sometimes me and Smalls just need some quality time on camera. That's all. It's a brotherhood thing. It is what it is. You guys will definitely get to see us mix it up with some more people in the coming weeks.
Yep. Yeah, and dude. It's just such an easy topic to talk about. We're just gonna, kick it on camera, cut it up a little bit, have some drinks, and talk about some dope ass logos. Which honestly make a lot of uniforms. Just the logo.
Absolutely, and I think too, this is something that a lot of people know. Even if you don't know the team or know what they look like, you typically know the logo. The logos look recognizable to people who are around sports, period. So I think that this is one that should reach a broader audience.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's a very recognizable thing. It almost goes past sports, which I think is kind of the cool thing. So, again, we know it's not jerseys. We know we're the Jersey Show, but every jersey has a logo on it. And frankly, when you look at sports culture as a whole, you're talking logos a lot of the time. So, Benny, let's get into it. Let's get started. What you got for your first pick?
Listen, I got 2 zigzags for this Colt 45, baby. That's all we need. This is, to me, one of the coolest logos and coolest team names, period, in all sports. Before they were the Astros, the Houston Colt 45s was the baseball team down there. Is very unorthodox for a team to have a weapon, like a gun is their name and their logo, and especially something so specific as a Colt 45. They weren't the Houston Revolvers. They weren't the Houston Pistols. They were specifically the Houston Colt 45s, and I think that is so badass. You take a look at the logo. It is shooting the C out. The C is supposed to be the smoke, right, coming off the barrel of the gun. I think that is just badass. It is classic. The colors revert back very much so to their original colors and what they have brought back in recent years with the white, blue, and orange. I think that this is very simple, but I think it's effective and it's just cool. You look at it and it looks like it fit the era, and it's something that I would love to bring back in a retro sense. Maybe in today's culture, it might not be as widely accepted as it was back then, but I think for the time, this was perfect. And for us being the nostalgia guys that we are, we both love this logo.
Yeah. Shout out Afro Man, first of all.
Shout out Afro Man.
But yeah, dude, you look at this, Texas gunslingers, it's simple, dude. It just gets right to the fucking point, dude. It's cowboys. What more do you when you think old time Texas? It's cowboys, right? And they just cut to the chase here. Like you said, the smoke with the C. I didn't even notice that until you told me that. That's dope. That's a nice little
touch subtle,
right,
cool touch.
Yep.
It's a very nice hint of panache, if you will.
I don't know when were they in Houston? Do you know?
total, I think it was like I honestly I don't remember. I think it was from the 50s until 65 actually. This was like the last year. So I
Okay.
think it was like 15, 20 years maybe. I don't know 100% to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think, trying to see right now. They were the Buffaloes in 1896. Okay, 1961. So they were actually very short-lived.
Oh, okay. Well, shows you what I know, but that's still a badass fucking logo.
Oh no, yeah, no, it's awesome. But yeah, and I feel, I'm not a smoker, but hey, give me some Cowboy Killers, some Marlboros, pack that shit with my
I was gonna say it kind of reminds me of like an old like cigarette label,
yeah,
like but
exactly,
for
exactly.
all of us smokers out there, maybe you'll resonate with what we're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta get on that Marshall Fitness running challenge, so I can't be smoking Cowboy
Yeah,
Killers. So
can't be puffing when
no,
you're doing a running challenge.
no, and dude, I love the fact that the franchise now does have they're cheaters now. I think that they should go down in history with the big asterisks. The
Oh,
Houston
100%.
asterisks is what they're.
What? Oh,
Yep.
oh, you broke out the finest and most acute of dad jokes. That was great. That was chef's
Well,
kisses.
me and along with I'm not the only one. And Twitter as a whole was saying that for a while. I followed the what was it the Houston Astros shame tour on Twitter. Best account out there. Like the season directly after all that shit came out, it was nonstop. It was just the
And
best.
that's a damn shame too, because I actually like that team.
I did.
And it was like yeah, exactly. Like I was rooting for them and I wanted to see them do well. And then no wonder they did because they were Tom Brady and the whole goddamn thing. So it's a shame.
It's a damn shame. Well, that's a solid first pick though. All right, I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. This is probably
Hey,
one
this
that
is a solid one too,
yeah,
though.
dude. So this is not one that I think really like comes to the forefront when you think Oakland A's. Now you probably have seen the elephant, their normal elephant logo, which I think is like kind of cool. It's like kind of retro. It's a little cartoony. It's you could tell that it's old timey almost. They took a whole new approach in the '90s and just said, let's slap some Ray-Bans on the motherfucking elephant in Oakland. And it's just, dude, it just works. I would think something like this would be kind of cheesy and, just '90s, not really the best. But this fucking works. Like, it looks,
It's
it's
got
just
a feel
cool.
to it that like and I think they really almost like embrace the West Coast look there. Obviously the sunglasses adding some flair to it, but the sun as the backdrop I think is something that gets overlooked a lot. Is that's like perfect for it. And with the bats coming across the trunk of the elephant, like I think it's very well done. And typically it is weird. It's one of those things where I normally would think that this is cheesy as hell, but I actually love this logo. And
Yeah.
Small, something that I just put together. The Oakland A's traditional logo, is an A, and it looks very similar to the Alabama Crimson Tide's A. They both have elephants as their mascots.
Yeah, but dude, this elephant right here is so cool. It could kick the shit out of the other elephant.
Oh, 100%. I just think that it's weird how the A's and the mascots correlate there
That's true.
for two completely different regions, one being in California and one being in,
Yeah.
Hillbilly USA.
Yeah. No, I've always kind of been I'm not jumping on any bandwagons, but I've always kind of liked the A's. I
No, I have too.
and
They're always a team that's like fun to root for, and
yeah,
especially I think like a lot of people got on them since Moneyball
yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah, and like it was I think probably a little before Moneyball because they made the weird thing about the A's, whereas like Benny and I are Pirate fans, and like we know what it's like to be a small market team. These guys are the outlier. Like you look at literally any other franchise that is a small market team, and when they rebuild, they fucking tear it all down, and it's probably 10 plus years before they get back, even into
Mhm.
the playoffs. The A's, for some reason, I don't know, they are the exception to the rule where they make playoff runs every 2-3 years, and they're good a good portion of the time. It's bizarre, but for some reason, that's kind of why I've always rooted for them, because they're hard not to root for too. And obviously,
Exactly.
Moneyball helps. Like the fact that it's a great movie, first of all, but like it you look at like what they have to deal with probably every single season. Like they have their players poached. They have to start over with no money, and they do it more than any other
Consistently.
team. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. As much as they can. That's the thing. Like, they're not going to make a run every single year, but they also have no money. They don't have Red Sox money. They don't have Dodger money. Like, they do a really good job with what they have, and it's incredibly admirable. And that's why I've always been an A's fan. And only other thing I want to add to this logo, this guy right here, I feel like he looks like a California teenager that you don't want to fuck with. You know what I mean? California teenagers are they're a little intimidating. I don't know what it is about them. Like, just something you don't want to fuck with, especially like in the Bay Area. Bay Area teenagers, like with their fucking saying hella all over the place.
Oh, Jesus.
You know, like, but I mean, this is a one mean mugging elephant right here, and like I can't get enough of it. Like I said, normally I wouldn't like it, but this is a dope logo. I love this. They should bring it back.
Dude, I couldn't agree more. I think that it's a great pick and one that a lot of people don't look at, but they should because it's pretty badass.
Yeah. I'm also green and yellow, one of the best combos in sports, in my opinion, too. So, let's go to your second pick. What you got?
All right, man. So, as we referenced at the beginning of the show, beer and baseball hand in hand. And the Milwaukee Brewers obviously took that very personally. This is one of their older logos. As you can see, it is from 1970 through 1977. And it is literally a keg man. You know, now, nothing like Keggy from Dartmouth. I'm not going to put any disrespect on his name because he is perfect. But this is a baseball player built like a keg with, you know, the look in the face and in the body, swinging a baseball bat. The style of the cartoon is very much so that era. It is drawn like something there, you know, even with like the wisp from the bat being seen in there, in just the structure of the head and the body. It is very old timey for that era, but it fit that era also very well. And I think it truly, you know, fit the identity of the Brewers. You got to think Milwaukee, known as pretty much beer capital USA, and they are also the Brewers. So why not have a giant beer barrel as your mascot? I think that this is very well done, and I get why they moved further away from it as time progressed, but it's still something that I would like to see Milwaukee bring back every once in a while.
Dude, the fact that his nose is a fucking like beer nozzle is great.
Yeah,
It's fucking fantastic. Don't like the Brewers. Fucking hate the Brewers. Obviously, as a Bucko fan,
not at all.
I hate the Brewers. I don't know which team I hate more, actually, the Brewers or the Reds. Like, those two teams.
See, for me, it's the Cardinals.
No, see, I don't hate the
I
Cardinals.
despise the St. Louis Cardinals.
I don't hate the Cardinals. Actually, no. The Cubs. The Cubs are actually the team
Yeah.
I think I hate the most.
The Cubs.
Yeah, I think definitely the Cubs. But, yeah, dude, this is awesome, though. Like, I hate the team, hate the franchise, but it's an awesome logo. They literally took the name Brewers and made it,
to another level.
Made it their logo. Yeah. Like, it embodies the city. And it's a Midwestern feel, you know? I feel like this is
absolutely
this logo, you would see this at like the beer distributor up in Milwaukee. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah, it would be like a big sign. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but this is an awesome pick. He looks like he's wearing like ballet shoes or something.
I was gonna say while I was talking and you had the screen pan on me, I couldn't stop staring at the feet. Like, I don't know why they look so dainty compared to that big ass beer barrel guy, but Yeah, that's an odd detail. He's also got a little bit of a camel toe in there, but other than that, I mean, the logo's still kind of badass, at least from the waist up, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta take what you can get, you know? I mean, dude, it's a fucking beer barrel. Like, you can't beat it.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Second pick. I'm going with the Buccos. Homer pick. Yeah, Benny's got it on his hat right there.
Yes,
Definitely,
sir.
definitely a homer pick. But, like, growing up in Pittsburgh, Pirates baseball, you know two things. You know people that are heartbroken, like me and Benny, pretty much every year the management sucks, or we, have the second best record in baseball and line up against the hottest pitcher and third best record in baseball in a one game wild card, or or a Cy Young, or I guess was Madison Bumgarner a Cy Young winner? He might as well have been because he was a buzzsaw. So
Oh yeah,
like
especially I mean we faced him in his prime, so
and that was his year. That's the thing. They went on to win it. Bucko fans know what I'm talking about when I say you either know heartbreak or you're old enough to remember the era of Bonilla, Bonds, and Van Slyke in the outfield. Like, that team is what you always hear about nowadays. You just and it's a thing where you grow up in Pittsburgh and you hear about that because that was like there for a while. I mean, we had the longest losing season streak in baseball, and the last time they were good was when they went to the NLCS 3 times in a row and lost every single time.
yeah.
It's when
We were the baseball version of the Bills, except we didn't get to the championship all the way,
Yeah, and I mean, we had Bonds, who was apparently pretty, not very likable in the media. Not everyone loved him. He was kind of brash, and but he was a 2-time MVP in the span of 3 years. Like, he made Pittsburgh baseball in the late '80s, early '90s, and
made him relevant.
Yeah, and they were a decent franchise. Now, the logo is. I love the swashbuckler here. Like, the pirate here.
There he is.
He's sick. He's sick, dude.
He's swashing buckles for sure, dude.
Yeah,
Definitely
he could swash some buckles, But dude, the stash, the stash is awesome. Like, he looks like a real pirate. That's the thing.
He looks like Tom Selleck if he auditioned for Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah.
But it's a clean look, though.
Tom Selleck, the real Tom Selleck, or the Welsh goalie? The Welsh.
No, not Neville Southall. I'm
reoccurring guest Neville Southall.
I'm talking real Miami Vice Blue Bloods Tom Selleck. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, he looks like he definitely looks like Tom Selleck trying out for Pirates of the Caribbean. But I mean, you see this all the time on retro Pirates gear, which again,
I'm sporting right now.
Yeah, if you're a Pirates fan, a lot of times you're thinking more fondly of what used to be. And it's a nostalgia
especially for
thing.
us.
Yeah, it's a nostalgia thing because you look at this and it makes you think of a better time. Like, even though they never won it during this era, it still makes you think of a better time. I guess they brought it, but they brought back the pirate logo from the 30s and just put it in a baseball diamond. I think it's more of a retro look than anything else, which I think that's what makes it work. So,
and the font too was so 80s, especially at that time, because the font of the word pirates, I feel almost kind of reminds me of the font in Cheers, the show, and where everybody knows your name. But it's it's comforting. It fits the era. It's good. And I think overall, obviously being a Pirates fan, as sad as that is for us to admit, this is going to make the list.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
I mean, that's why I wore the hat today. Is because I had a feeling It was going to be on there, and lo and behold, here we are.
Yep. I'm wearing my DH Gate Barry Bonds jersey because he never actually wore this, but I was like,
I should have worn mine, and then we could have both been wearing a Barry Bonds jersey.
Except you would have had one that he probably actually wore, though.
Well, that's all right.
I like the pinstripe look though. Like I'm not talking shit on my jersey, even though it was.
Oh
like
no, the
$25,
jersey itself is dope.
Yeah.
It just wish we got to see him in it. That's all.
Yeah, it came after his time. That's all. They did wear these, just Bonds did not wear this. So
yeah.
All right, let's go to your third pick.
So this is my final pick, and I know that there's going to be a lot of pissed Yankee fans out there, but to me, it's our show. I'm going to pick the logos that stand out to me, and I just think that this is badass. Not smacking a letter on top of another letter. This takes style. It takes tradition, and I think that the Boston Red Sox logo has all of it. I like just a circle logo is so aesthetically pleasing, and it goes well on jerseys. So it being a full circle, and then within that circle, having the baseball as an underlay there, I think is brilliant. It's subtle. I love it. In the Red Sox, they are the Red Sox. How many teams do you have, like even say the Brewers today, that their logo doesn't really symbolize what they are? The Red Sox have been consistent. This logo has history. It is old as hell. And I like that they incorporate all their colors of the red, white, and blue all within one logo. And for them being one of the most recognizable sports teams in the world, I think that you got to give it up for the Red Sox here. And this is just an all-time logo.
Yeah, like you said, like they're recognized across the globe. Like, I mean, Big Papi was like, now he might not have been as big as Messi, but like he was Big Papi was up there.
He was an icon for the sport.
Yeah.
He was somebody that even if you didn't know baseball, you knew that you could not even know that his real name's David Ortiz, but you knew who Big Papi was, stepping up to the plate to crank 3 homers. I'll never forget one of my most prized moments of all time. I grew up where like the Red Sox were like my panic team. If the Pirates sucked per usual, I loved the Red Sox.
Yep.
And I remember my grandparents got me Pirates tickets to when Boston came to Pittsburgh, and I got to see them play, and I was wearing both Pirates and Red Sox gear, and I got shit for it from all the Yinzers. They were not happy that I was supporting both teams. But my favorite player at the time growing up, if he wasn't a Pirate, was David Ortiz. But because they were playing in the NL, he wasn't playing first base, so he was only a DH, but the DH doesn't hit in NL ballparks.
Yep.
So I was so pissed that I wasn't going to get to see him. 9th inning pinch hitter, I get to see him and he smacks one. One of the most memorable things of my life. Like, yeah, it sucked that it was against the Pirates, but first of all, the Pirates ended up winning that game. But I got to see Big Papi crank a homer in the 9th inning, and I will never forget that. And maybe I'm a little biased with this pick, but to me, I think the Red Sox are synonymous with baseball, and this is a logo that is iconic.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like anyone who grew up in the era that we did, like, and you watch sports, you know the story of the 04 Red Sox. And trust me, let me preface it this way. I know why people don't like the Red Sox now. It's a Boston sports team. You know, they have a lot of money. They know how to spend it. Like, I get it. However, back in 04, everyone was fucking rooting for the Red Sox. They hadn't won since the
Bambino curse.
The Bambino curse. Like, you wanted to root for these guys, and it was a fun team to root for. My favorite 30 for 30 ever is 4 Days in October. It's the best one out there. It's just coming down from 3-0 to beat the Yankees in the ALCS at top of the sports mountain right there. Like, that's as good of a feeling as you get, and then to go on and actually break the curse after that, like, that's what I think of when I think the Red Sox. And I was also I was a big Dustin Pedroia fan growing up too. I love Pedroia.
Laser show, man. You gotta love that guy.
Exactly. So, like, and now, granted, again, I'm a small market team guy. That's more who I tend to root for. But, like, there's a small part of me that likes the Red Sox just because of that 04 team. And I get it. I'm gonna
It
get shit
built
for it.
character.
Yeah.
They were kind of like, and even though, hashtag fuck the Cubbies, but like a lot of people kind of got on their bandwagon because they had the streak, they had the curse, and people wanted to see them break that, and they did a couple years ago, and that made their fan base grow tenfold. So I think there's definitely something to be said for those teams you want to root for. And Boston back then was just that team.
Back then, yeah, and again, I get it. Nowadays, fuck every single Boston team out there. I'm on board with that. But at the time, the Red Sox were a different story. They just were. And that town loves the Red Sox. I mean, they love that team.
Eat, sleep, and breathe Red Sox
Yeah,
for sure.
and granted, like I want to go to a game of Fenway. I think a game at Fenway is a bucket list sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Like, hopefully yeah, I'm trying to go to one. Probably, I want to say sometime next year. I'm trying, but yeah, Fenway is it's another level. But yeah, dude, as far as logos go, I mean, it doesn't get any more classic than the Red Sox logo. I know exactly why you picked it. So, go on to my last pick. I'm going old school, but not that old school. This is one of my favorite logos out there. Arizona Diamondbacks, 98 to 2006 primary logo. This was back when the franchise was first formed. I just love the colors, dude. It makes me think 90s Arizona. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
It just does. And like you can't really explain it, but it just makes you think 90s. It makes me think Randy Johnson. There's something so cool about this logo, and I don't know why they don't bring it back, but they should. The colors are just awesome. Purple, again, always hits. That teal, it just kind of works with the rest of it. I also
An
love
odd compliment, but
yeah,
it does work. That's an excellent point. Is
yeah,
it something that you don't usually see a whole lot, like that you think smacks, but I feel like paired with that purple is
and the
perfect.
gold too. The
The gold trim. I
yeah,
wanted to leave that for you to bring up, but
yeah,
it's
yeah,
perfect.
and it's a shit gold color. Like it's like it's like the Penguins' old gold color.
Yeah.
Not really a big fan of it, but it just works here. There's something about it. It just works, and I
It's the blend of these three
yep,
colors
yep.
together. That separately they might not smack, but together they're perfect.
Yeah, I also love the subtle snake tongue in the A too.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool. I don't know. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like it's just a cool fucking logo. Like this is something that like I would buy an old D-backs jersey in a heartbeat just cuz the colors
Oh,
were
especially if you could scoop a Randy Johnson.
oh yeah,
Like,
smoking
I
birds.
mean, yeah, just beating that bird. I'll never forget how many people were thinking that was like a magic trick and shit like that. Um,
Yeah.
but that was remarkable. But this Diamondbacks logo, I think it's a lot of people don't recognize that is a snake tongue in the middle. And I also like the texture of the pattern going up like the back of the snake there. I mean, it's awesome. I think they really dug into the roots of their team, and
Look
it's
at
just a
this.
great logo.
Boom.
Oh,
Oh no. He just
play that back one more time.
slow mo. This guy already has it in slow mo. Look at this. He just smokes it. Randy Johnson, that gunslinger.
What are the odds that a bird's like, I'm suicidal, and just goes right in front of one of Randy Johnson's 90 some mile an hour pitches? I mean, and like this guy was one of the most dominant pitchers in baseball history. And not only was he taking down batter after batter after batter, apparently birds too. Nobody's
Yeah.
safe around Randy Johnson.
No. Fuck no. Um. But yeah, there's something nostalgic about this. I think part of it too. Part of the reason I love just old jerseys in general, you see colorways that you just don't see nowadays. Because nowadays the D-backs are red and
Yeah.
black, right?
And not to say that theirs are bad, but this era was so much better
Yeah,
than the one that we have now.
yeah, and again, it's probably just a nostalgia thing because we grew up in the '90s. That's what we remember. But having said that, I still think they're better, and I still wish that they would bring them back. Like, but yeah, it's an all-time logo. Like I can't talk any shit on the Diamondbacks back in the late 90s. So, all right, honorable mentions. So I threw in another Red Sox logo, just because I thought it was funny. Like I don't know. It almost looks like an Easter Island head, but
I don't want to say what I think it looks
ahead.
like.
No,
No. It's okay for our viewership.
Okay. All right.
I'll keep it logged. But
Okay.
wow. I have never seen this logo before,
Yeah.
so I'm a little taken aback.
Yeah, back in what year was this? I wrote this down. 1950 to 1959. The Red Sox had this guy, this living sock. Yeah.
Oh man, this is the shit out of like Pee Wee's Playhouse on Pee Wee Herman's show or some shit. Like this is some wild looking stuff here.
Here comes the Crimson Chin.
No. Oh no. And everybody out here can resonate since we're all Stimmy Turner, thanks to old Uncle Joe signing away that $1,400. So,
ooh, all right. And then I threw the Tigers logo in here too.
I love that logo.
Mean logo, like. Dude, they've had some bad ones over the years. Ben, I don't know if you've seen some of the ones from, like, back in the day, but, like...
Yes, I have. I mean, there was even that one that we did, when we did the trivia show and everything.
That one wasn't traditionally even that bad. Like, that was just, like, an outline of a tiger, but, like, there are some bad
I
ones.
think, and I'm sure that there have been, but this, I feel like there is something powerful behind Old English font. And the fact that they use that with their traditional navy blue with the tiger coming through the D is just a perfect dimensional mix there. And I don't think they could have done any better for themselves than that logo.
Yeah, no, it's a mean logo. Like you said, the Old English font, it's tough. And that tiger, it's a tough tiger. I mean, it doesn't get any tougher than a tiger.
Tough tiger! I'm going to start telling that to people. Oh, man, I wish I got that tough tiger. That's what it is, man.
But I did want to show, dude, some of these, dude, they have some bad ones. I don't know if that's real. That can't be real. I don't think that's
I hope
a real
not.
one. I'm trying to find... This is a real one. This
is off of Bad Taxidermy. There's no way that's a real logo.
No, it's a real logo, dude. 1927.
I'm astounded. There's no way.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Dude, these are just bad. These are tough. Not a good tough either, just tough. This one's my favorite though.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, let's reel it back in a bit. Ben, do you have any other honorable mentions? That I should have put the old Phillies P in there because I do really like the old Phillies P.
Fuck Philly. It's all right. Honestly, these were good. The tiger I knew was coming in. I did not know about the red-filled condom that you were going to put on the left-hand side there. I will admit that shocked me a little bit, but other than that, I think I'm good for the night. So on the honorable mentions.
Dude, we can't do this shit with guests. That's what I appreciate about you. All right, submission of the week. So I love this one. So this is my roommate. I didn't put his Twitter name down here just because I didn't feel like looking it up. Colin Gozick.
That's fine.
AKA Goose, is what he goes on. He goes by Goose on Twitter. But you wanted to throw in the old Toronto Blue Jays logo. I honestly, like, I wasn't gonna steal this because I saw this. I was like, I want to put this in my top 3. Honestly, like, it doesn't get any better than the Blue Jays jersey or the Blue Jays logo. You know.
The font is like very like 70s retro-ish, and I
Yeah.
like that. And also, I do like that when baseball teams incorporate a baseball with it, but the head of the bird with the maple leaf specifically placed where it is, I feel like is just perfect. It's a nice little accent. I think altogether it's just a clean, like comfortable logo. So I'm happy that that's also made the show.
Yeah. I thought because he's like I want you to do I want to submit the old Blue Jays logo. Um, and this is the one I thought he was talking about, and I think either one of them honestly would have been a good pick. But this guy right here, the one with it was the Roy
Yeah,
Halladay
yeah, yeah,
era,
yeah, yeah.
you know.
R.I.P.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, I really it's the one that sticks out the most for sure because it's not quite like all the other ones. But it's just I think it's maybe just because we grew up when they had these, but like it's a kind of a cool logo. I wish they would bring it back for like a few games. If anything, just to honor Roy Halladay. But yeah, so that's submission of the week. Remember, guys, just I'm gonna. I didn't do it this week, which is why I just honestly asked my roommate. I'm gonna be full disclosure, but every other week so far, I've put something on Twitter. Please just take a look, respond, DM the TFTB Twitter account, Instagram account, whatever. We want to hear from you guys with what is your favorite jersey from each topic that we do. So keep a lookout for that. Again, I was just lazy this week. I should have done it. So it's
Hey, but
bad producer.
it's all right. Well, as Small said, teamwork makes the dream work, and all you guys are part of the team. So we love hearing your feedback, and we want to get more people involved in the show. So if you have any suggestions, always reach out to us on social media, and hopefully we'll get to see you on here.
Yep. So Ben, before we wrap it up, I want to tease a few things that are
Tease away.
yeah. What I want to do here in the near future. So you guys saw last week G with the Day One Lifestyle podcast. Honestly, an amazing guest. I think he just meshed so well with us. I would have him back on in a heartbeat. His partner,
Absolutely.
if you haven't checked out his podcast, I would highly recommend it. Especially now, like March Madness is like their time, so please go check them out. His partner on there, Muff. I forget his Instagram name, but his partner he was a college baseball player at WVU, so we want to have him on and do a baseball episode. We next week we have Chance Humphrey on with Keep Pittsburgh Dope, and we have a few topics that we're going back and forth with him on, but I'm very excited about that guest as well. I think that's going to be an
Very stoked.
awesome
Very
episode.
stoked.
We've been talking to a few other people too. And Ben, I haven't even talked to you about this yet, but how do you feel about doing do you remember NFLopoly?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In anticipation of the NFL draft sometime in April, I would like to do NFLopoly as well.
Absolutely.
So that's going to
Hell
be a
yeah.
much different episode. It's not going to be our normal format, but I think it's going to be fun at the very least. But yeah, Benny, is there anything else you want to toss in before we close this one out? Wow, I put you on
I'm
the
good.
spot, dude. You got nothing.
I'm pretty good. Just keep tuning in. Be a friend, tell a friend,
Yep.
and to everybody else, have a good weekend. Cheers.
Cheers. All right. Appreciate it, guys. Once again, this has been The Vault, brought to you by Thoughts from the Bench. You got Smalls and Benny here with the weekly show that takes a look back at some of the best and worst sports jerseys and today logos of all time. Keep an eye out for us. Give us a share, give us a like on YouTube and Facebook. We're trying to grow our YouTube presence a little more with Thoughts from the Bench. So do any help that we can get, any feedback that we get, much appreciated. So appreciate it, guys. Cheers. Have a good weekend.